I feel like this is actually going to be one of my easiest YouTube tutorials yet. I have like a big bag of clothes that I'm either going to sell or upcycle, and I found this t-shirt in there. This is the t-shirt that I'm going to be turning into one of these dolman tops. The nice cinched body and the slouchy top. Instead of falling into buying it, why not just grab a t-shirt from your wardrobe that you already have and make it yourself? The one that I'm wearing right now was from a t-shirt that I got from the charity shop for like £3. If you are following along this tutorial and you want that really cool kind of slouchy fit on top, I'd recommend getting a t-shirt that is quite oversized compared to your normal size. So for example, if you're like an extra small, then I recommend maybe using like a medium or a large t-shirt. It all just depends on how slouchy you want the top. For the first step, we're going to be cutting it straight across to separate the top and the bottom half. You're going to want to ideally put the t-shirt on first and try it on so you can work out where you want to cut it, but I am incredibly lazy, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hold it up against me and just kind of work out that way, but I do recommend trying it on and doing it the more sensible way. About here. And then I've just stuck a little pin in it where I'm going to be cutting. Cutting straight across here, right where I pinned. You can mark this out with a ruler and some tailor's chalk if you want a super straight line. Now the top part, I'm just gonna put it to the side for now. Now I've just grabbed a top that I already own. This is just a top that I really like on my body and I like how it fits. And I'm just going to be using this as a template to make the bottom half. Literally just placing it on top. The reason I'm not just smacking it right in the middle is because I'm going to try to save as much of the fabric as I can. So I'm going to try and keep it on this side rather than just placing it in the middle. Now I'm just grabbing my scissors and I'm going to trim around this, probably about 1.5 centimeters away from this edge to allow for the seam allowance. I'm also going to just trim this bottom part here because this will be a bit too long for my body, and I also want to have a raw edge for the bottom. Next, I need to attach these two pieces together. I'm just going to place them right sides together. So I'm just going to flip the back piece upwards and place the top piece face down. The right sides are basically the sides that I want to be shown. My t-shirt is actually really similar on the inside compared to the outside, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I think the print on the outside is slightly better. And then I'm just grabbing some pins. I'm going to just pin down these sides to keep them in place. Okay, now that I've pinned down both sides, as you can see, I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine and sew these new side seams closed. We're essentially just making like a tube top, but without the top part. The stitch that I'm going to be using is a straight stretch stitch. You can also use a narrow zigzag stitch. I don't recommend using just a regular straight stitch because, as I always say in all of my videos, if you use a regular straight stitch on a stretchy material, the threads will just snap when you try and put it on. The seams just won't be stretchy. So always try and use a stretch stitch wherever you can. I've shown in so many of my videos now how to get this particular stretch stitch, so if you're not new here, then skip the next few seconds because I'm just going to quickly show how to get a straight stretch stitch on your machine. One of the most common problems that people ask me for help with is when they start a new seam, their fabric gets eaten by the machine and it gets stuck, basically ruins their projects. That used to happen to me all the time. It's the most annoying thing. I now always hold my threads. I don't pull them tight, I just hold them taut. Hold them at the back of my machine like this every time I start a new seam. See, and it's not sucked into the machine. I'm also not sewing too close to the edge. I'm sewing about 1 centimetre away. Another thing you'll notice is I'm not back stitching, and that's because with this particular stitch setting, the straight stretch stitch, the sewing machine won't allow you to back stitch because this type of stitch actually already goes back on itself. It makes it a really strong stitch, to be honest, and that's why I kind of prefer it compared to a zigzag stitch, because I find that it's a lot stronger and sturdier. So that's that side all finished. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. So now I've got 2 new side seams. I'm going to turn it the right way out. I recommend giving this a press with the iron as well, so that these seams lay nice and flat and it just looks a bit more professional and tidy. Now I'm going to grab the top piece and I'm going to lay it above this bottom piece. Now, if you've never made anything like this before, you're probably wondering how the hell am I going to make this attached to this, because they're 2 completely different widths. Basically, I'm going to need to make this whole width match up to this width here. And to do that, I'm just going to create a few pleats in the front here and the back, so that it naturally gathers the top half, so that then I can attach it to this part here. No kind of measuring involved in this. I literally just eyeball it. I'm actually going to take my bracelets off because I feel like all I can hear is my bracelets. I'm just going to take a few of them off. I'm just going to eyeball this until it looks roughly like it's going to match up to the same width as the top of the bottom half of the top. To create the pleats, I'm literally just going to grab the top part, not the bottom half, pinch it with my fingers like this and fold it inwards like this. You can see that it's created this little pleat almost. I'm just going to grab some pins and I'm just going to pin this to keep it in place temporarily. So you can see I've just pinned that fold in place, and it's already kind of pulling the fabric inwards and making it shorter in width so that it will match up with the top of this part. I'm going to grab or pinch apart from here and fold this part towards here. And then I'm also going to pin this in place. Now I've got this nice looking little fold or pleat or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do the same to this side, making them roughly the same size. So just pinching a bit of the fabric, folding it towards the middle. Now you can see how it's literally just kind of pulled the t-shirt in. Flip it over so that I can do the back side. Now I'm just going to do exactly the same thing as I did to the front. Probably not going to need to make these quite as big. Now I'm going to just turn it back over. This bottom edge now is pretty much the same length as the top. I need to attach this piece to that piece. To do this, I need the right sides together. So I'm going to flip this bottom piece inside out like this, and so that it's upside down. And I'm going to put this inside here. Until it comes out the other end. I'm just going to match these edges up, starting with the side seams directly underneath the armpit here at the side. I'm going to match that up with the side seams of the bottom part and pin it in place. Same with the other side, matching these sides up. And then I can go around and match the rest of the edges up. And as I'm matching the edges up and pinning, I like to just hold on to where I've folded it and take those pins out and repin it through the third layer, if that makes sense. So you can see where I pinned the folds on the top half of the top. I literally just take that out whilst holding it with my fingers in place and repin it with the extra layer, which is the bottom half of the top, so that when I go to my machine and stitch through both layers, the pins will keep the folds in place as well. I've pinned all the way around this edge. I'm going to take this to my machine, again using a stretch stitch or a zigzag stitch. I'm going to sew all the way around. Now I've sewn these two parts together, I'm going to turn it the right way out again. The finishing touch, I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to trim away this neckline. Now, because it is a stretchy material, it's really important not to cut away too much, because over time the fabric will stretch even more anyway. So you don't want to trim away too much and then have too wide of a neckline where it's just constantly falling down. So I like to just trim right next to this stitch line where the original collar or neckline is attached here. Already is pretty wide. If I stretch it a little bit, It makes it a tiny bit wider, enough so that it's not too much, but it will sit nicely off the shoulder. I'm gonna try this on and see how it looks. Okay, so this is how mine turned out. This is the back. I'm really happy with this thrift flip, and it was super easy. So if you are a beginner and you're wanting to get into upcycling your clothes, this is definitely a project that you need to save and try. And also drop a comment, because I love speaking to you guys in the comment. Let me know if you're going to give it a try. Let me know what you think. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.